Hello guys, this is Oxman, gonna bring you the second part of the basics of making missions. Right, so I've created a few things here. This is my insertion. Right now, when you press F1, you'll select this. And of course that units, you place units. So what I've done is I've placed 3 UH-1 helicopters and I've named them Helo 1, Helo 2 and Helo 3. And I've done a script in here that says this flying height 40. That creates a ceiling on 40. And basically I created 3 fire teams. In the leaders initialization, I put this in this is for the players group. So this moves it the whole player team into Helo 1 and it names the group as Alpha. That makes them go into this and well, defines who they are. And this is Bravo team. This is Bravo, and it basically put in Helo 2. And this is Charlie, Helo 3. So what I've done is the easiest way to make the AI land is to use waypoints, but I don't use that when you do it for the helicopter for the player, because the player, if you use that with the player is the only one who gets kicked out, and if the player is not fast enough telling his guys to disembark, they're gonna fly away. So to avoid that, I use scripts. But let's go through the AI teams. So basically, this team here, Bravo, has a waypoint right here, and it says get out. That's all you need for that one. And then I made another waypoint to make them move here. This is our rendezvous, but skip that for a while. So get out, and then the helicopter, Helo 2, is going to have a waypoint saying transport unload. And I also added never fire, limited and stealth. Limited to make him not overshoot the LC and just fly safely. Stealth to not have any lights on or anything, and never fire, of course, not to engage enemies if they see them, because that would basically ruin the mission. So transport unload, and what you do is between these is a blue line here. That means synchronized. So you press F5 and you drag the get out into transport unload. So like that. Now they're synchronized. That means they only happen together. And this is a helipad. Helipad invisible creates a helipad for the helicopters to land on. If you don't do this, they'll just try and land randomly at the best position they can find. But this way, they force the helicopter to land at a specific point. I've basically done that for the other AI team, the exact same thing, and they all rendezvous here. The ground forces rendezvous here, and the helicopters, they rendezvous here. So pretty simple for the insertion of AI troops. Basically, the next thing is the players group. What I've done is the helicopter is the only one that has a waypoint. So the helicopters get a waypoint called hold and never fire, stealth and limited as before. And I've put it on the helipad, near the helipad. And basically I made 2 triggers. One that checks if the helicopter have any player units in it. So one checks that the helicopter is near the LC, so then it can start landing. So I've grouped this. You press F2 and drag this to your helicopter, and I put the script in on act Helo 1 land get out. So that way he'll land on this helipad, because this is the closest helipad to this area. When he triggers the trigger, it's gonna go directly for that one. And he lands and he'll stay there until ordered away, and that's the whole point. So you then create a trigger. This is my trigger. This checks if Alpha is in helicopter 1, and if Alpha Alpha's members inside the helicopter is 0. That means no one is in the helicopter. Then Helo 1 gives a side chat and it says, Alpha, this is Viper 1, good luck out. And a switch. This message is, just optional. But this one is the important one. This has to be on switch. So what you do is, you take that trigger and you synchronize it with a hold. And this guy also have a rendezvous with the helicopters back here. So a move waypoint. So basically, this is how it's gonna look. And I've placed the helicopters near the LC just because I can test it out. Later I'm gonna put it far away and add some music and maybe some chat or something. Give the player time to check the briefing and all that. So coming in for that landing. These are 3 helicopters with marine soldiers in them, and right now it's turning around to make that land. These guys are also doing that. So right, we're on the ground now. So right now we can put our guys, and you can see that the LC is not good, so I have to move it, but it works for now. Tell my guys to get out. I don't want them to move right there, so they don't get stuck in the tail rotor, because that can happen. Right now, you can see that he ran right through it. They die if they do that. I get out myself. Alpha, this is Viper 1, good luck, out. And he's gonna go away, as well as the other helicopters. And our guys are moving in. I don't think you can see it, but right now this is my team. So basically we're going to move the rendezvous right there everyone is. And here we are. So that's the insertion. I'm going to check one thing. These are 3 different triggers that checks if the player and all the AI teams have rendezvoused. So if everyone is in here, this should go off. This time it didn't, so I've made a miscalculation. So I join as silent, Alpha, and 0, I think. I don't think it's gonna matter. So Alpha and 0. Oh, let's get 1 for this one. So that should be it. And right now I'm gonna do a quick turn, and this is just gonna show you the insertion. Speeding up a little bit. Telling my guys to get out. And this time he landed differently, and they always do that. So here we go. Guys moving. We're going to the rendezvous. And here we go. Didn't work again for some stupid reason. Let's get, let's say join a silent. So if you press F1 when holding over that one, you get a hint. They'll show you what it is. So basically the ID is wrong, but I'm adding a whole group. So if I did say join, then you could do it like this. So join player, and that way I can do join player for each unit Bravo. That means that it's gonna join every part of Bravo. It's gonna join us, and same thing with Charlie. So do the same here. Only thing we need to do is change this to Charlie, and this only works because I've named the groups. If I didn't name the group, this wouldn't work, but the name of the groups are Charlie and Bravo and Alpha. So let's try this again, and that's gonna be it for this video. Obviously something's very wrong. Of course this can happen. I always have some problems, maybe it should be done, but for some reason it's not. Charlie. Okay, alpha and bravo and Charlie, these are 3 variables. Underscore x. Underscore x means, you know, every of, it's just part of the script. Join player. Okay, that's very weird. Anyway, I'll check that in the next video. So stay tuned for that. Please like the video and subscribe, and we'll fix this next time. Oxman out.